I think everybody can agree that the internet computer ecosystem is going to be like one day is going to become one of the top cryptos out there. So we're glad to have you here. And I think all the community is happy to have like a project like yours here with us. Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the DFINITY Pill podcast. My name is Alex, this is Lucian, and actually, once again, we have special guests. The guys from the Nuclear Sheep are here with us. So first of all, thank you very much for accepting our invitation and welcome to our podcast. How's it going?
Hello.
Hi, nice to be here.
Awesome to have you guys here. Could you give us more details about like your team, like how many members are there in the team and what is each and every one of you doing?
Okay, so there are four of us. I'm the lead animator and illustrator.
I'm the second illustrator and the project manager. And we also have two team members. One is focused mostly on the marketing side and is the person that got us in the NFT world in the first place. And we also have the game developer that we like to call Anonymous Sheep.
Can you tell us a bit about your previous projects? Because I know you guys are animators and illustrators. And eventually, if you ever worked with other projects in crypto or anything.
My first commissioned project was a music video just after I finished the university in graphic arts. And from then on, I just continued for a few years in doing just music videos and some other commercial stuff. Then I got into making animation for feature films and short films. And then recently I started making videos for crypto stuff. So now I think I'm mostly into crypto, making product videos, explainers and things like that.
I haven't had a big relation with crypto until recently. I had worked on different projects, had my, artistic thing, so to speak. And I just, like I said, the shepherd got us into NFTs and I started looking at collections and it made me think I want to explore to give out my art style in this area, and it's a very nice place to be.
You guys actually did such an amazing work. The artwork is like nothing I've seen before, and we just saw the animation that you guys did. We'll get to it like later, during the podcast, but you guys are doing like a killer of a job, like great job with that.
Yes.
It's all thanks to Miss Cottonhead.
Super, super cool.
Yeah, we had a lot of research before, and we think the art style we chose is a different path to your classic NFTs. So we went through a lot of collections, especially the big ones that you write on Google and you have them at your disposal. And we saw like a pattern that's usually used, like an art form that you can see in all NFTs. And we thought of giving it a twist, having a different art style, feeling the texture more on the NFT.
It's original. We didn't take inspiration from somewhere else. So I think if it's like that, maybe it's easier to make it stand out.
Yeah, totally agreed. Like they definitely stand out. But we know that a lot of artists are reluctant in the beginning when it comes like to creating NFTs. What made you guys want to join like the NFT world?
I mean, for me personally, I think compared to commercial work, this is a great way to express myself and make something original that gets value and it's appreciated. That's my take on it.
Yeah. I think that artists in general have a misconception about NFTs when actually it's the thing that is most close to art in general. You make something artistic and it has value behind it. So I think basically for this era is the best way to show off your art and give it value.
Yeah, it's just like a new type of art gallery.
It's a lot more secure to have, you know, the artwork as an NFT. It's a lot easier to transport it like around the world. Like, for example, if you have like a painting, then you need to ship it, and it's all kind of difficult. But with NFTs, that's instant. That's extremely secure.
I think it's a new type of art gallery. You don't have to go to an art gallery. You just enter there. You can view as many artists as you want, and as you said, it's easier to ship it. It's easier to do everything you would normally do with artworks.
Yeah, I think we actually live in an era where artists can finally shine and create cool stuff for everyone in the world to see.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a good point, because growing up, I told my family I wanted to become an artist, and they were like, "Okay, so you'll starve to death."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, sure, okay, I'll take my risk."
Speaking about NFTs, why did you choose the Internet Computer as the platform to launch your collection and didn't go for like a more common option like Ethereum or Solana or whatever other blockchain there is?
The main thing, and I personally love technology, and whatever comes new that shines a light on a future, let's say. And we saw ICP as the next big thing, because the technology is much faster. The things that ICP wants to implement in the future are, in our opinion, groundbreaking. And we think it's the best future we could hope for.
I think everybody can agree that the internet computer ecosystem is going to be like one day is going to become one of the top cryptos out there. So we're glad to have you here, and I think all the community is happy to have like a project like yours here with us. Speaking of your project, could you tell us more about like the Nuclear Sheep collection? Like, what is the lore behind it?
We started off with sheep because they have great expressions. We made our entire collection very expressive. You can also see in the clan heads that each and every one has a very specific character to it. So there aren't two clan heads alike. Every single one has his own backstory and his own point of view.
Personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I remember one of the clan heads, the female sheep, like she's like this beautiful sheep, like, and with crying eyes, and like her husband is like this big mean dude, and like why was the female sheep like crying?
Because she's very emotional.
So Bacho is not mean to her, she's just emotional, and that's why she's crying.
Every couple has to have traits that complete each other. So he's a tough guy and has to take all the bad stuff in, and she's the one, she's the outlet. I think that's a good way of dealing with stuff together.
Yeah, definitely love that. Those small touches, I think, make the collection as a whole.
The clan heads went off on their way to find new lands because they're overpopulating the lands that they already have, and unfortunately they uncover a land that is barren and doesn't have many things to offer. They hoped to find, let's say, a saving grace for their people, but unfortunately they did not. They end up finding the giant structure that is the nuclear power plant, and of course they're literally in the wrong place at the wrong time, because that's the moment when the power plant explodes and our dear clan heads are no longer the same.
Right, so we saw your animation earlier today after you posted it on Twitter, and it really looks incredible. Can you tell us like how long it took to create it, like to illustrate it, to animate it, and the whole process that it had to went through?
I was the only one working on the project. I started illustrating them and then putting everything together in an animation that you saw. So I think 6 days, but there were full 6 days, like 12 to 16 hours a day, maybe. We're very dedicated.
Yeah.
Yeah. And luckily we had a cool sound guy and a cool story maker for this project. So maybe in total it was a longer time that we dedicated for this.
Yeah, but the results incredible. I don't think we've seen anything like it, like on the internet computer ecosystem. Maybe besides the Pokebots.
Yeah.
Like this is like my favorite one because like it has this story and you see like the story unfolding, which I think is incredible.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, really great job. And who did the storyline?
So I did the storyline. This was our plan from the beginning. We tried to make a collection and make it put small Easter eggs along the way. So we have this big reveal 1 week prior to our launch, because the collection will contain some of the aftermath of the nuclear explosion. So it was very important for us to have this journey until the animation, and we'll have a little journey after the animation so people can get familiar with what happened.
And I think you, Michael, mentioned that there will be like more animations like this one.
Yeah, we are planning because we are also making the game. We'll get into that later. We want to make for each level of the game an animation like this one. So it will also complete the full story of the collection, but also complete the full story of the game. So basically these animations are the bridge that merge the collection and the game into one.
Speaking of the game, we saw this short clip of a sheep like running around in a platformer map, and like the graphics were also really, really good. Tell us more about the game. Like, what should everyone expect?
So especially thanks to Miss Cottonhead for the stunning graphics, people should expect a very, very hard game that they will be able to get rewards for their skill. We're planning on releasing a wearables collection that you'll be able to win on the highest difficulties. You can win if you're in lower difficulties, but the higher you go, the better the prize, let's say. That will be also available on the marketplace. So you can win something, have a reward for your skill, and then you can either keep that or sell it on the marketplace.
Awesome. And will there be any specific classes based on what clan your NFT is based of?
Yeah, so you'll have 5 classes in total, 1 for each clan. Every class will have 4 specific abilities. And being a co-op game, you'll have a lot of things to strategize when it comes to pushing your limits with your team. So you can either choose to have one class or the other, depending on your play style.
So you mentioned about the game difficulty. Like, how will this be structured?
Mainly, you will have a total of 6 dungeons. You will have difficulty from the first dungeon to the last, scaling upwards. Also, difficulty will be scaled by the number of players. So 1 being the lowest and 4 or 5, that depends, being the highest. And also you will have different levels of difficulty for the overall game. So you'll be able to do the game from one end to the other on easy mode, or medium, hard, very hard, and nuclear. Nuclear being the one difficulty that is the most challenging.
How is the gameplay going to look like? So it's going to be like the side scroller that we saw, or like how is the game going to look like?
So yes, it will be side scroll. It will be a 2D game. we're trying to focus on this parallax effect, so we give it more depth. That's why we think it would be a different approach to a 2D game. Also, you'll have dungeons, mobs, a lot of action happening. The trailer, let's say, that we released was just a small part, let's say, when you need to do a tutorial at the beginning. And also at the start of each level, you will have a random generated puzzle. So we went that way because I think it would be very important to not have a walkthrough on the internet so you can just do it. You'll have to solve this puzzle each time. After solving the puzzle, you will get access to the level's dungeon. If your party fails the dungeon, you will not have to do the puzzle again.
How many times can you retry the same level?
You can try it as many times as you want.
And you mentioned like the game is going to be like extremely difficult, like if you play at the maximum difficulty and like with the maximum number of players, right?
Yeah, because the reward system will be in the favor of people who have actual skill for the game. And when I say difficult, I mean difficult. Like the last boss on Nuclear, I hope someone will beat it.
I'm actually not that great at games. Like if it involves like skill, like I probably will not be able to beat it. Hopefully I will be able to beat it like on the easier difficulties, you know, just to get a feel of the game. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to see like who's gonna like constantly kill the final boss and farm. Is the final boss maybe this ancient ship that we keep on hearing about, or who's gonna be the final boss?
Well, you're actually right. He is the final boss. We didn't disclose too much about him until now, and I'm not sure if we'll disclose a lot, maybe in the near future, some sneak peeks here and there. You will be able to see who he is, and maybe he has, I don't know, some connection to the nuclear power plant. Maybe he has some connections to an ancient race of sheep.
Who knows?
Who knows?
You'll find out.
These are just speculations.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to see how you guys will like make this story develop. You guys are already have proven that you're great storytellers, so definitely looking forward to that. I remember reading somewhere that, you know, there will be like another collection coming to the holders of the first generation. Like, what is the story behind the second collection and what could people expect from it?
Yeah, so as time went by, the nuclear waste enveloped all the land of Baja, and it slowly transformed the sheep into their radioactive form. So the airdrop basically will be with a radioactive version of a sheep to the holders of the first collection. The nice part is that if you mint, let's say, a common sheep in the first collection, you have every chance to get a legendary from the second one.
So each sheep has a chance to become a legendary like after the airdrop.
Yeah.
And so if you get a common sheep, like don't sell it, it might turn into a legendary, which I think that's actually nice.
Yep.
Maybe a lot of people didn't see, but I personally saw like in your description, like your cover, first of all, image has changed. And your description has changed, and now it says you guys only have like 7,777 NFTs. Why was the reason for that?
Some of them didn't make it.
Yeah. The nuclear explosion.
They were too close, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It was part of our big plot twist.
Yeah, that's cool.
To show off our storytelling skills.
And let's talk about the second generation a bit more. Will it be like playable in the game? And if so, do they have any advantages over the first generation, like perhaps different and more powerful abilities?
If you have a sheep, even if it's from the first collection or the second collection, you can play the game. Because basically, like I've said, the second collection is the sheep in the future. It's a sequel, so you kind of have the same sheep. So you can have, let's say, a radioactive version of a jungle clan sheep, you will have in-game the jungle clan sheep as a character.
So you mentioned wearables. Could you give us more details about the wearables that people will be able to win by playing the game?
They will be available, as I said, after defeating a dungeon boss. You will be able to attach a wearable to your current NFT. It will also give you some abilities in-game, like a boost of some kind, depending on what you get. And also it will be like a showcase. We had some community members talking about a lobby where they can show off their wearables. So we're basically planning on doing something like that.
When can people expect like both the second collection and the game to appear?
So the second collection we estimated in about 2 or 3 months, and an alpha version of the game. This means the first level of the game, puzzle and dungeon, in about 3 months from now.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. I really love the collection. I really like you guys. I think like there's a synergy. Like Michael here is like more like serious, and you're like more fun. I think it's the same dynamic like with us. I'm more fun, and he's like grumpy all the time. Yeah. Cool. Is there like anything you guys would like to add on the collection? Like anything we have not discussed?
Well, we have the legendary NFTs. That firstly I want to say. They're animated, so they'll have animation. Also, the legendaries are totally different from what people saw until now. So you've seen the clan heads with their pale or darker skin, with their fluff all shiny. Well, this time around, after the explosion, they've all changed. They'll have completely different assets. So legendaries will have their own assets, and they're custom made. Each one of them is custom made.
Unique.
Cool. And are we ever going to see like the ones you guys designed, or are they like gone for good?
I think they're gone for good. We might somewhere in the future see something, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe in the second collection. Who knows?
Surprises.
Yeah, we are focusing very much on having this mystery because it has a bigger impact when we unfold our story.
Where and when are you guys launching?
So we're launching on April 11th on Entrepot.
We'll add the links on Twitter so that everybody can follow you, and we encourage people to go to your Discord and get to know you guys a little bit. Yeah. Definitely.
And also to check out the animation. Yeah,
the animation is going to be crazy. Like, I think we will put the animation in the video. Like, don't copyright strike us. We want people to see it. Yeah. This level of animation I have not seen, especially on the IC ecosystem, except, with the bots, like, don't hate us. But yeah, definitely cool. Looking forward to your collection, guys. And nice meeting you. And looking forward for the 11th of April.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, likewise. It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Many years have passed since the last great gathering. But now, the time has come for the Council of Baja to reunite once more. With their population growing dangerously high with each passing day, time is no longer on their side. To avoid extinction, they must conquer the unknown. They must make haste in their search for uncharted lands where dangers lurk around every corner. Deciding the actions that must be taken, the Council went on their way with hope. Hope of finding what they seek. They scouted relentlessly for the land they so desperately needed for their salvation. traveling through the land, a sense of restlessness started to arise. It was far from what they hoped to find. Nothing but the barren wasteland laid under their hooves. Clouds gathered and a dark, bizarre sensation enveloped the surroundings. After a while, they came across a colossal structure. It towered even the greatest buildings they had ever seen. What could it be, you might ask? Eyes filled with wonder, they approached the giant structure, gazing with every chance they got. All of a sudden, the ground trembled, and the glowing clouds lit the sky. Terror echoed in their eyes.
We hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. If you did, leave us a like, share the video, click the bell notification, subscribe to our channel. My name is Alex, this is Lucian, and you just took the Dfinity Pill. Thank you very much, and see you next time.